All right, today we're going to be reviewing the Speediance Gym Monster. By way of introduction, I am literally a nobody. Speediance has no idea who I am. I bought this system with my own money, and I don't make commissions on this. I don't have a link for you. There's literally no reason why I'm making this review other than I wanted to share my thoughts on it. If you clicked on this video, I assume you know what this machine is, but as a short overview, the Speediance Gym Monster is an all-in-one smart home gym system for weight training that uses resistance technology in here. It has integrated AI coaching software that has built-in workouts. It features a compact design with extreme versatility for tons of different exercises. Just so you can get to know me a little bit better, and where I'm coming from with this review, I have not had a consistent workout regimen for my upper body ever. I worked out a little bit in high school when I did pole vaulting, but ever since then, I've gone to the gym every once in a while. With that said, I'm an avid runner. I run between 6 and 7 days a week, and so I was interested in finding something that I could work out my upper body. But I have a full-time job, I have a wife, 3 kids, and basically no time. So what I needed was a system that allowed me to work out all of my upper body and my lower body in terms of strength training, and I didn't really have a lot of space. And so after doing some research, this is where I landed, and so I wanted to give you my perspective as to why I purchased this system and whether or not it met all my needs and expectations. So first off, let's talk about pricing. When I bought this, it was in December. Actually, I bought it in November over the Black Friday sale, and I bought it for $2,300. With tax, it was a little over $2,400. And it seems to be pretty consistently on sale for $2,300. So if it's any more than that, I'd wait for it to go on sale. I actually bought it through Amazon, and the shipping was through a third party since they cannot use FedEx or Amazon Prime shipment or anything because of its size and weight. I had to go through like a separate third-party shipping company, and it was a little bit of a hassle. It was kind of a disaster for a little bit. I couldn't get a hold of the shipping company, and it ended up getting delayed a couple weeks, but I eventually did get it. Once I got a hold of the shipping company, it was super smooth. They were able to deliver it on my driveway, and since I was putting it in my garage, it was super easy to just slide it in. The installation or the setup process was basically nothing. Like, it comes 98% set up. Like, it was one of the easiest things that I've ever had to put together. In fact, I wouldn't even say that I had to put it together. Like, there was no screws, nothing like that I can remember. I mean, this was 6 months ago, but I remember the setup process taking less than 2 or 3 minutes. So not a big deal. Once you could get it out of the box, it has wheels so you can roll it pretty easily. It was painless, the setup process. So no hiccups there. And that leads me to the build quality. The build quality of the Speediance Gym Monster is absolutely perfect. Like, there is absolutely no worry that I have when I'm lifting really heavy weights, even from the top tier of the tower in the back that kind of makes like almost a U, an upside down U in the back. It'll wobble a little bit if I'm pulling it to the side or diagonal a little bit, but it's never been something that I've been worried about at all. So in terms of build quality, the thing is so sturdy. I have not had any worries at all with that. In terms of design, I think this machine looks awesome. Some people compare it, I don't even know the name of the other machine out there, but there's one that's very similar to this, but it's much bigger and bulkier. And everyone says that this one looks, you know, wimpy or something like that. But I wanted the minimalist look, and I also really liked that it took up almost no room. I mean, the footprint on this thing it's tiny. Once it's folded up, it takes up almost no room, which was one of the reasons why I went with this machine. It's because I don't have room. I mean, you'll see throughout this video, my garage is an absolute disaster because of all the kids' toys. I don't have any rooms in the house that I can use, so I needed something that took up almost no room. And this machine takes up almost no room. And a lot of people that don't have a lot of room are also sharing walls or, you know, a ceiling with a neighbor. And I personally don't have that issue, but if you're in an apartment complex or you have a townhome where you're sharing a wall with someone, or maybe someone's below you and your floor is their ceiling, You don't have to worry about sound with this thing. I mean, it makes some noise when you're doing the pulley system, and then there's a fan that kicks on, but the vast majority of this machine is so incredibly quiet. If you work out with music, your music is going to be significantly louder than anything that any mechanical noise that this thing will make. Another feature with the design is the versatility and adjustability. I cannot find a muscle group that I cannot work out with this machine. Obviously, if you're trying to replace the gym, it's going to be difficult. There are machines or equipment at the gym that you have to have that specific machine in order to do. But I'm telling you, if there is a muscle group, you can figure out a way to work it using this machine. It might not be perfect or even ideal, but if you're looking for something that can do 95% of what you can do at the gym, then this machine definitely covers those bases. As far as the height goes with this machine, I am on the shorter end. I'm 5'8", and I do wish this machine was a bit taller. When I'm doing anything where I'm pulling down on the machine, I have to get down on my knees in order to get the full extension coming down. And so if it were 6 inches taller, I wouldn't be complaining, but that's definitely not a deal breaker for me. The screen on the Speediance Gym Monster, I bought the base package and it comes with the smaller touchscreen, but the touchscreen is actually fantastic. The picture quality is amazing. The touch responsiveness is amazing. There's no delay. I have zero complaints. One of the different packages, the screen becomes fixed, and I thought that would be something that I would want, is to be able to tilt it down while I'm doing bench press, to be able to look up and see the screen. I never tilt the screen. If that's a potential deal breaker for you, that the screen doesn't move, from my experience, it's never been an issue. One con to this machine, with it being a cable machine, is that certain movements that I do, the cable will rub along my arm. Especially when I'm doing like a shoulder press, the cable will be resting on my arm, and as I move it, it rubs, and it's mildly irritating. Once again, it's not a deal breaker, and that's just something that you're gonna have to deal with a cable machine, is that the cables are going to get in the way a little bit on certain movements. Now moving away from the hardware to the software. We're talking about the workouts and everything else that comes inside the machine. I absolutely love the on-screen workouts. When I first got it, I was super excited about the pre-made workouts, and I used those for a while, but my number one favorite thing to do now is to use the app to create my own custom workouts. And it's actually super easy and super fun. And so whatever I do on my phone, because it's connected to the Wi-Fi, it syncs to my machine almost immediately. And so keep that in mind when you're doing this. You do need a Wi-Fi connection in order to run most of the stuff on this machine. I've heard people complain that, if this company ever went out of business, that it would essentially become a useless bunch of string and metal. But from what I understand, they've put out recent releases in their software updates that have allowed kind of like a free workout mode where you don't need the app and you don't need Wi-Fi. But like I said, for the vast majority of what you're gonna do, you're gonna want Wi-Fi. So keep that in mind. Wherever you're putting this, you're gonna want access to Wi-Fi. Speaking of free, did I mention that there's no monthly fee to use this thing? That is a huge bonus in my opinion, because a lot of the other competitors, they have a subscription, and I hate subscriptions. I've had this machine for just under 6 months, and I've probably seen somewhere between 8 and 12 updates come through. And the updates take 15 seconds. It's not like I'm sitting here waiting for it to buffer when I'm ready to work out. They are incredibly fast, and I actually love seeing those updates come through because it means that they're fixing things before I even see any. I haven't had any issues, and they're out there fixing bugs without me even experiencing them. I don't know. It just makes me feel good that they're out there constantly fixing bugs or adding improvements or adding workouts, and it just shows that they're invested in their product, and I really appreciate that. And now moving beyond the design and the software to kind of the mechanism behind it all. And I am definitely not an engineer. I do not fully understand how this thing works. Like, it's kind of magic to me. But apparently it uses magnets to create some sort of resistance in the pulleys. But whatever it's doing with the cables to create the resistance, it is constant and it never slips or anything like that. It's been absolutely fantastic. And there are a ton of safety features that are programmed into here. So like if you're benching and you kind of jerk like something like your arm slipped or something, it cuts the weight instantly so that it would be really hard to hurt yourself on this machine. I'm sure there's a way where you can hurt it, but like anything that they could think of to keep it safe, they've done it. And it's seriously incredible and almost magic how they're able to get what they have, how they're able to create the resistance that they have. And with that said, there is a maximum amount, and I believe it is 210 or 220 pounds. You'll have to fact check me on that. But if you can bench over 210 or 220, then just know that you're going to be maxing out the machine, which is fine. I've maxed it out on squats or deadlifts, but if you want to go higher than that, you won't be able to do it unless I've seen some people talk about adding resistance bands underneath the deck and attaching it to the barbell, but I don't think Speedience would endorse that, and it doesn't seem super safe, but there's ways to get around it if you really want to push it more than the 220 pounds that it allows. With all of that said, I have had some clicking happen. So every once in a while when I'm doing a certain movement, it will click, and it's as if I can't see what's going on inside the box, but it sounds like whatever the rope is coiling around, it has like the rope is bunched or overlapped a little bit. And so what I found is all I have to do is pull it out and then let it in slowly, and then can resume my workout. And it has seriously only happened, I want to say 5 or 6 times in the last 6 months. So it's not very often, and it's such an easy fix. It's never been an issue, but I actually did catch the clicking when I was recording this, and so I think I can show you. But anyways, it's seriously such a simple fix, it hasn't been an issue for me. Now let's move on to the accessories. I have had some issues with the handles, the rope that goes through the handle. It gets bunched up. Once again, not a deal breaker. I wish that there was a better way to do it, but I don't think that there's a way to do it that it won't get bunched up as it goes through the handle and out the other side. But, you know, it is what it is. The Bluetooth button that comes with it is absolutely amazing. Such a cool feature. You can twist it to adjust the amount of weight without getting up and having to touch the touchscreen. And then with the click of the button, when you're working out, that's what engages the weight. And that is so cool to me. And it has really taken away any sort of worry that I have when working out alone. Not only does it have the safety features where if my arm slipped, but if I get stuck, there's a safety feature on the screen where I can ask it to give me some help on the way up. If I get stuck right here and I'm pushing, it will remove weight so that I can finish the rep if I need it. And if I have that off and I get stuck, all I have to do is click that Bluetooth button and all of the weight's gone. I think the minimum weight is like 8 pounds. So you have 8 pounds that you need to lift up. And seriously, it's such a cool thing to me, such a cool feature. That Bluetooth button is, I mean, without the Bluetooth button, this machine wouldn't be near as cool as it is. One complaint that I have about this machine is that it did not come with the barbell hooks that hang on the tower. Like, that is so incredibly necessary to me. If you're going to do anything with that barbell, once you're done with it, you need to put it somewhere. I don't know what they were thinking not including that. And I think that was an extra 50 bucks, which is just crazy to me. Like, if you're going to offer this machine, give the bare basics to everyone. And I don't see how that wasn't included in the base package. Just food for thought. So I think one of the big questions that everyone's going to have is, did it work? Did this machine help me build fitness, build muscle? Was I able to get stronger and bigger? And I personally hate seeing before and after pictures because they're not accurate. They're not the same. Like, I have changed in the last 6 months, and not all of it is going to be through a picture. Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, I've gotten tanner, and you know, I might have more or less hair before then, and like I had a beard when I recorded the last one. And so if I were to just take pictures, it's impossible to tell by pictures alone. So what I did was, before I started working out, like the day after I got this, I measured all of my main muscle groups the best I could. You know, this is not a science project. I just wanted to see what the results would be. And so I measured like around my chest, my biceps, and my shoulders the best I could. And you know, once again, this is not exact. This is not a science. This is me trying my best to provide an unbiased review with unbiased results. And so I'll go ahead and play the two clips side by side so we can see if I did gain any muscle or if I stayed the same. And so I'll go ahead and play those clips now. All right, here's the moment of truth. I'm sorry if you don't want to see this, but we're doing this for science. So
12.5 on the right bicep.
We're a little over 13 on the right bicep.
Like 12.25 on the left bicep.
At about 12 3/4 on the left bicep.
37 around, you know, my chest.
We're at about 38.5 around my chest.
16 around my shoulder.
16.5 around the shoulder. And same thing on right shoulder. So those are the numbers. I hope that was helpful. I honestly haven't measured myself yet. I'll probably do that after I record this. So I don't know what the results were. And so recording this, not knowing if I actually got bigger by measurement, which is, you know, the most unbiased thing I could possibly think of doing, is just measuring it with a measuring tape. I feel better. I think I look better. I've been able to lift more weight. Like, I started out very low on upper body weight, like the amount of weight I was able to lift and push and pull. And I've seen like a significant amount of growth that way. So whether or not my muscles actually grew by measuring, I feel better. And ultimately that's what I'm trying to do with my life, is just, you know, live a better, healthier life. And this machine has really gotten me excited about lifting weights. And if you know anything about me, that's what I'm trying to do, is live a healthier life, to not worry so much about how long I live, but how well I live my life. And that's, you know, in every way, like mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And so running had been a huge part of my life, but I kept hearing how important resistance training was, and how important it is to get this load, the physical weight on your joints, so that as you get older, you have the bone density and everything else you need in order to live, you know, well into your later years without having a decline in mobility and things like that. So anyways, what I want to do is wrap this up in 3 points as to why I absolutely love this machine. First off, its size. It is so incredibly small. It is compact. It fits basically anywhere. If you have a couple feet, this thing will fit in it, and it will do everything that you need it to, which leads me to my second point. It's effective. I feel stronger, I feel healthier, I feel overall better physically due to this machine. It does things that I wouldn't be able to do without it and without going to the gym, which leads me to my third point. It is incredibly convenient. I do not have time to go to the gym. The gym that I would use is about 15 minutes away. By the time I get there, and even if I just turned around and came home, that's 30 minutes. I can finish my entire workout by the time I would go there and come back. Not to mention all the time I'd have to spend while I was there to do my actual workout. And so with those 3 things, the fact that it's compact, it's effective, and it's convenient. If you're looking for those 3 things and you have $2,300 to spend. There's absolutely no reason why you won't love this machine, in my opinion. Anyways, I hope this was helpful. If you're on the fence on whether or not you should buy this machine, I hope this helped you make the decision on whether or not this is the right fit for you. But anyways, stick around, subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.